A very pleasant good evening to one and all, and welcome to the REGTC. Do apologize for the late start and commentary, but it is the semi-final action here. It is the Docks, and it is the Attackers doing battle. And as you may have seen, the Attackers, they have taken the early advantage in this one. Attackers are up 1-0. The Docks, of course, they scored a few minutes later, but it was ruled out and adjudged to be offside. Semi-final action. A place in the final at stake. Two teams that many consider to be the best from both conferences, really, from both zones. As here comes Torres, looking to get forward. Jonathan Gishard now on the turn. Gishard has some company in some blue shirts. It's booted forward back toward Jose Torres. And over the top and cleared away by Brooks. I don't have my glasses and I don't have the lineup for you. But momentarily, I can figure them out for the most part. Throw comes in by O'Donoghue. And a whiffed clearance, and Sylvanus will look to pick this one up, and the Shep put it out for a throw-in. Yeah. Goal kick. Special. Booting it long toward Gaza. And Marshall will look to clear only as far as the attackers again. This could be trouble as it's trying to find Cunningham. Cheval Cunningham has a hit. Slices it wide. But that's the danger the attackers possess. And it's the danger man, Cheval Cunningham. The danger man, Cheval Cunningham. Almost giving the attackers a 2-goal advantage. Here comes Sylvanus trying to run. A bit too much pepper on that pass. It will be out for a throw-in. 1-0 in favor of the attackers. I didn't quite see who scored the goal, but I did hear when the goal was scored. I'll get that back for you in just a moment as the throw comes in. It's taken long. O'Donoghue looks to null it forward. Gishard now turning well, trying to play it out wide for Sylvanus. And that will be a foul. It will be a free kick for the Docks United. Tempers flaring just a little bit as it's taken quickly for Gishard. Gishard turning and weaving his way through a couple. Sylvanus had wandered into an offside position though. Knocked away there by Charles. Lumped over the top in search of and forwards. A lovely touch. This could be trouble again as the attackers using the pace they have up front. In behind again. Tries to lay it off rather than being selfish. The attackers yet again finding space to drive. Beating a few. And he goes down. He will win a free kick in a very dangerous area. Just outside the penalty area. This is a position that could be very advantageous. You have your options, whether you want to strike it at goal, whether you want to put a cross into the area. Gaza hits it. Oh, it was swerving, but it was dealt with by Lantern. Ball forward. He's in an offside position. It was a good save either way by Darius Lantern. So I've gotten the lineup for you. The lineup for the Ducks United does read very quickly. Darius Lantern, he's in number 21. Captain Mata, he's in number 7. Zanya O'Donoghue, number 3. Naomi Crooks in number 8. Sylvanus James, number 10. Jose Torres, number 11. Jonathan Gishard, number 12. Jermaine Buno Ricketts in number 16. Chadley Charles in number 17. DeAndre Charles in number 18. And DeAndre Marshall, the number 19. First time I'm seeing DeAndre Charles. And that means that the man Elijah St. John has had to move to the bench. We're on the bench for them again. It's the man Danny Galliano. He's back as well. It's a free kick for the Ducks United. Looks like Sylvanus and Ricketts over this one. It does favor the right boot of Sylvanus James. And James will hit this one, but didn't get the dip required. The attackers lineup will read: Ramney Gomez, he is the number 1 in goal. Javill Brooks is at the back. He is partnered by Masimba Bowen at center back, and he has Keon Lee over at left back and Rasheem Thompson at right back. In midfield, it is Miguel Ferguson who is playing in a defensive role, allowing freedom for Miguel Abraham to push a bit further forward, as well as Javon Duncan. And then up front for them, it's a forward line of Gaza Sean Isaacs, Kentish Killer John, and Chevelle Cunningham. A man on the bench for them today. Well, I don't think they're on the bench, but amongst the substitutes for them, a couple former Ducks guys. Passion Ashton Dumas is on the bench, as well as Smiles, the man Steve Austin. Two very evenly balanced sides. They're not balanced on the score sheet. It's 1-0 to the attackers. So it will be attackers' throw. Usually deep attackers bench is very empty today. As I was wondering where he was. Mali making his way over toward the Ducks United bench. He was late. I was wondering where he was. His team is down. They might need him. Through coming in, taking short, trying to pierce their way through, and they might be able to. Ball trying to come into the area, but that one is dealt with by the yellow and blue of the Docks United. Throw again. Attackers take it quickly. No foul this time, says the referee. And the Docks are looking to break at pace. That's very well intercepted by Javier Brooks. Thompson sends it forward toward Gaza. Gaza has a man to contend with in Zanya O'Donoghue as on the far side of the field an attacker is down. First semi-final. In our second semi-final, it will be the Uprising after a statement victory over the DFC. They'll be taking on the Roaring Lions, a Lion side that had a statement of their own. And they came into the RAGTC and dismantled the attackers and everything but the score. And the score ended up 3-1. But the Lions looked much the better side on that day. And it could be a potential finals rematch. It could be a potential finals rematch if this score remains and if the Lions were to do their business on the weekend. Of course, the women's finals are already set. It's the Superstars. And they're doing battle with the EastEnders. The two teams that have looked very strong throughout the competition. EastEnders with some very commanding victories. The statement win really was a 2-1 victory over the DQFC. I was about to call them the DFC, but Millington would have my head if I did. The DQFC, the Diamond Queens FC. With a late goal by Kaylee Durham, the difference, and they've been doing it without Sherry-Ann York. I'm not sure if she'll be there for the final, but if she is, it will be a much strengthened EastEnders side because we know how good she is in that midfield position. The Lions, they started the competition missing a few key pieces. But their key pieces are back. Likes of Jermaine Hughes, Keanu Richardson, the man in Jelly. Is it Jelly? No, it's Jay. Not Jelly. Jake Nabbott. He's the man who's back. I've got the wrong man. They have Screechy who's back. They've got their players. As in fair play, he was trying to give it back. He was trying to give it back to the attackers, and now it looks like it'll be 10v10 as looks like as a Mata who has gone off as well. Here's Brooks. Now Lee. Lee has Michael Short ups to play the incisive pass, and this could be trouble again because he's breaking at pace now is Naomi Crooks, and Crooks has runners forward, lay it off, drive at goal, dealt with by Gomez. That was good one-touch passing to get forward quickly. Unable to apply the finishing touch, and Gomez sends it long. That one up and over the head of Kentish John. Torres. That's a good turn. It will be a foul. It will be a free kick. Ferguson a bit clumsy there, lunging in unnecessarily. Can the Docks get themselves back onto level terms before the halftime whistle? They'll want to go into the half even. As Ricketts will float this ball in. Not his best delivery at all. But he has a magnet to that ball. He'll win the throw-in. Let's take it quickly. And he will find Naomi Crooks, who turns very well, but was unable to keep it in play. It will be a goal kick. Doc's just looking all out of sorts in the early going. He's not controlling the game the way they usually do. Are they missing? Are they just missing another midfielder control to sit in front of the back line like Mata did for so many years, and like both Mali and St. Jean do currently? Neither of which are on the field, as Torres has dispossessed Rasheem Thompson. And Thompson does well to recover. Looks like he may have caught Torres in the face. As it's Gishard. And it will be a Docks throw. Ricketts. A loose touch, but you don't often see that at all. As Mata will go across to Charles. This one dropped further out wide for DeAndre Marshall. Marshall. Ricketts picks it up. Back to Sylvanus James. Unable really to get through Keon Lee. That's good defensive work. He's driving fast as well. You know how fast that man is. Composed pass into the midfield area. Floated over the top. It did find a yellow and blue shirt. They're all tripping over each other. And Gomez will come forward and take it rather easily. A precise pass. But not the best attack, not the best output in the final third. As Gomez just doing all he can to wind this clock down. Get into the half. 1 goal up. Tempers flaring again. As Sylvanus turns, Sylvanus is fouled, and Sylvanus wins a free kick. Again, tempers are flaring. This is what you might call a rivalry game. A number of former Docks guys in and amongst the attackers. Attackers quartet right now as a man has just been lifted off his feet. Looks like DeAndre Marshall is just trying to keep all 11 of his guys on the field. Marshall forcefully removing the man from the situation. In the mean in between time, it is going to be a Docks United free kick. Winding down toward the 40th minute. Played in, driven in, bouncing around, not quite dealt with. No shot just yet. He can't let off an effort, and it's eventually cleared. He didn't want to shoot. He just wanted to dribble past everyone. Drops this one wider. Floated over the top, looking for Sylvanus. Nodded clear by Brooks. And booted further upfield. Very tense and tight affair. St. Jean. That's not St. Jean. That's O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue will get this one back. And now it's... Is that Javon Charles? It may be. Now Crooks. A lovely ball. Torres is in behind. Torres is offside. That was an incisive pass. Torres couldn't quite hold his runner. will be a free kick to the Attackers FC, who do lead 1-0. 1-0 here for the Attackers. The Dogs did score, but their goal was adjudged to be offside. As joining us at the conclusion of this first half, I will say a pleasant good evening to Millington.
Good evening, Doc, and to all those who are locked in.
Ricketts will find Torres. Torres is in space. Rashim getting back furiously. Torres with not his best delivery. Had a man running at the back post he should have aimed for.
Took a long, long time. In fact, Torres should have gone further into the box.
Appeals for a foul, nothing doing, and Gomez has had some easy work to do today. The Dogs have a bench. They have Mali on the bench. The Attackers don't. But the Attackers have the advantage on the field of play because they're up 1-0. It's a good turn. Wants to let off an effort. Instead, we'll find James. Further wide, it looks like DeAndre Marshall. Marshall pokes it inside to no one in particular. Gishard can't take it down. That's well defended initially. Still Docs United. Ricketts drives it. It's blocked. Had to be blocked as well because that was a well-controlled drive. And it was furious from the boot of Ricketts. Marshall again. Looking for the incisive pass to thread the needle. Again, Brooks clears it away. O'Donoghue again. It's been a rather prolonged spell of Doc's possession. Trying to find a foothold back into this game. James, lovely ball. Gishard. Reverse pass looking for Torres. Not the best idea. And there are no runners just yet. No runners at all. It's Doc's ball again. Ricketts. Gishard on the turn. Gishard trying to drive. Gishard has some company. And Gishard may win it. They're hugging each other, playing a bit of wrestling, a bit of UFC going on in the corner. Eventually it's falls for Torres. Gishard back to Torres. This is a lovely play out of the corner. Torres lays it off. It looked like he may have got the touch in the back of his shoulder. This could be trouble. Here come the Attackers. There's no runner moving forward. He's one man alone. Cunningham not making his way forward. Now the Attackers are looking to recycle and reset. Just 4 of them in an advanced position. But he can't put a ball into one of the 2 in the area. Instead, he will win a free kick. He didn't have to commit the foul there, Marshall.
Needless.
Didn't have to, but he did.
And now, it is a more dangerous attacking position you're putting your team in.
Oh, a change is coming.
The man Smiles is coming on, and that is for the number 15.
Is that Kentish John?
Is that John? Yes, Kentish John.
Oh, it is Kentish John. I thought they may have taken out Javon Duncan. They've opted for Kentish John.
It appeared to be an injury because he was off the field.
Oh, yes, indeed he was. He was a man that went down earlier in the game.
So it's a forced substitution in the final minute of the first half.
And I think Smiles have been the only substitute that they had.
Isn't that Duke on the bench?
Oh, well, is that Duke over there? Maybe Duke, yes.
And Cameron is also on the bench.
Is Tash on as the ball comes in? Darius has pushed it into his own net. Oh, that is a horrible mistake from Darius Lantana. He just pushed it into his own side netting, and the Attackers, against the run of play, have made it 2-0.
And it is exactly what I was saying, Doc. You cannot commit a foul in that area because what you are allowing attackers to do was to get all their players back. You had the advantage. It was a 4 against 3, and you had the advantage in your defense. And what you did was that you committed a useless foul. You picked up a card, and you are 2 goals down.
It was a foul he shouldn't have made, but that was a save that Darius should have made. It was right into his chest. Instead of upping to catch it, he tried to push it away, for no reason really, and he pushed it into his own goal, and he's distraught right now, standing at his far post.
Doc, can I tell you something? On my way to the ground, I said this game is going to be decided by the keepers.
If Jelani Lawrence was there, can you say that the game would not be 2-0 right now?
You're saying if. Doc, you're saying if.
No, you can deal with this because we don't know. Because
Exactly.
Lawrence is not here.
We don't know. And so what I'm saying is this game is going to come down to keepers.
Right now, Gomez is playing his part. It was a lovely ball. Can Gishon hit it? No, it's poked away. It will be a corner. Gomez is doing what he has to do. He's not really had to make anything out of the ordinary. But he's done his job.
And I'll tell you what, if this game comes down to a 2-1 at 2-1 at the half, at 2-1 at the half, game on. If not, game gone.
Mali is still on the bench.
Now,
And Mali has a habit of coming into games in the 60th minute and scoring 2 goals. Ball whipped in by Sylvanus all the way to the far post. It was Marshall actually put it in. Sylvanus with an overhead effort. Harmlessly wide.
I want, there are 2 persons off the field, and that is going to be interesting to see how you fit them, and that is the man Mali and Ramos.
The question is, does Ramos get into the field of play? Because if you're down, Ramos' attacking output is not that high. It's not higher than O'Donoghue, not higher than Marshall. So he can't come in at fullback, and it's Matt who's playing at centre back, so he can't replace him either, as the halftime whistle has gone. We'll get into this technical discussion in the second half. But at the halftime whistle, the champions are down. Attackers 2, Ducks 0.
Welcome back to the RGTC. Back here we have it's a 2-goal lead, 2-0 in favor of the Ducks, in favor of the attackers. In favor of the attackers. It's 2-0. And one would have just seen Lawrence, and whether or not he would be going into that goal, we'll wait to see. But one thing we can tell you is that the attackers are up against the Ducks United, the defending champions. Doc, what are your predictions?
Well, I'm looking at Ricketts right now, and his body language suggests that he wants an early start in the second half, as he's pushed right up into that forward line rather than playing in behind as a pot shot comes in. He's pushed right up into the forward line. He's told both Crooks and Duncan, is it Duncan or is it Charles? Javon Charles, I think his name is, to sit back and allow him to push forward because he wants to get an early start to get the team back into it.
That's Dandre Charles.
Yes, Dandre Charles, that's what it is. In relation to Charlie?
I'm almost certain that's his brother.
I did think I heard Charlie saying his brother may be coming, but I don't want to say it and then be wrong, so I'll leave it out there for now.
You're always wrong, Doc. Why don't we see Mali warming up?
Mali has a goal in him.
Will that be for Torres, or will that be for Johnny?
Will it be for Dandre Charles? Because Mali can sit in that midfield. He can sit and he can distribute. So you may come into the midfield just to give him a bit more attacking output.
Well, we wait to see. It's a 2-0. 2-0 in favor of the attackers. Through to the attackers. Attackers ensuring that they are stating a claim. Before this tournament kicked off, someone told me it's not a matter of if we are going to reach the finals, it is
who we are going to play.
Who we are playing finals against.
Well, as things stand right now,
it looks very much so.
They have a date with either the Llamas or the Uprising. Not the Llamas, the Lions. I'm calling them the Llamas. It will be a throw to the attackers. Taking shots, a good turn. Can put a ball in. Not his best work.
Doc, the next goal must be a Doc's goal. If the next goal is an attacker's goal, it's Doc's will be dethroned. They will not. They will not do the double. If the next goal is attacker's goal, I think 3 goals will be too much to ask Docs to come back with. Another corner. Smiles and smiles. Attackers ensuring that they have all their pieces. The man Lee is back as well for the attackers. Here is a run, and he.
I'm trying to find the president. Yes, was he? What are the champions of Ducks for the 2022 President's Cup? Because there was no President's Cup in last year. I'm looking at the 2022 President's Cup. Let's see who ended up winning it. The winners were the Attackers FC. That was a championship that Ricardo John won before he left. It was Ricardo John's championship in 2022. I remember that clearly now because they lost it. They lost the league, and they ended up. They lost the league. I remember in heartbreaking fashion. I think it was it Samson who missed the penalty, but they ended up coming back for the President's Cup, and Ricardo John and the Trinidadian guys got their trophy before they left. As the ball comes over the top, and the lantern comes for it. So the Attackers, they are the President's Cup defending champions, and they're looking to defend their crown. Now the Ducks, they won the three-peat last year. As they won the league, they won the Champions League, and they won the knockouts as well. That was the three-peat last year. The President's Cup is back. And it's back with a bang so far. Marshall. I don't think the rail has quite been right at all for any of these guys for the Ducks United. They've not found their passing range yet. Gishad is dispossessed. It's well read.
Well, Doc, you're saying they have not found it yet. Well, if in the 51st minute of play they have not found it, are they going to find it tonight?
They may not have brought it today. You don't say that too often for a game that both Ricketts and Matar are playing. Here's Marshall. He'll run forward. He'll find it in Sylvanus James. Does content to recycle it with Marshall again. Oh, not on the same page. Well, that's good pace being shown. He bundles over a man. That will be a foul. It will be a free kick. And will it be more is the question. Doesn't look so for now. Because Lee was bundled. Hit from behind, and it will just be a talking to from referee Gums. He showed a turn of pace, but when he realized he couldn't get there, chose to go through a man rather than around him. Looking for, but I'm not finding the man. The Jamaican, Kiroy Reed, but here comes Smiles with pace. Smiles will let it run and win the throw-in.
Kiroy Reed got a red in the last game, Doc.
That's what I was missing. There is no Reed because Reed can't play. That was a Lions game. He did get the red. It will be a throw into the Attackers FC. Miguel, former Docksman as well. Here's Brooks. Brooks tries to put the pass out wide, looking for Gaza. Gaza taken to the corner flag, and Gaza will not do enough to keep it in play. It's a goal kick. Taken short and lumped forward. Gishard falls down. Lee in a tussle. Gishard will regain possession. Sylvanus James.
So who is it
and now the whistle.
Who are you going to give that to, Doc?
He's giving it to the
Two high boots?
Both boots were high.
Both boots were high? So who are you going to give it to?
As he's saying that the Ducks boot was higher. Miguel. That's just a bit too easy. Driven forward to Gishard. Gishard has some company, so he's forced to go backward. Will recycle the possession. And now driving forward seems to be Naomi Crooks, is it? And that will be a foul. It will be a free kick. And it may be a booking. It is a booking for Javill Brooks. Came in sliding, was late, got nothing but shin. Clear yellow.
That's a free card he was asking for. Free card.
He's been pretty disciplined so far, Brooks. He's never too far away from a card.
Indeed.
He was just itching for. Never too far away. I'm going into the referee's book.
A deflection from here, Doc. We've seen a number of deflection up in the back of the net.
Against Randy Gomez, about 45 yards out. The man seated in front of him. That's not good at all. I think Ricky Smith may have left his power at home. Doesn't quite have the battery pack. This is trouble. It's Javon Duncan. Duncan! Collected by Lantern. And now Lantern is fighting with his own defender. Oh, they've lost it. They have absolutely lost it. This is absolutely incredible scenes. This is absolutely... This is Lee Boyer and Kieran Dyer, 2002, I believe. Darius Lantern just had a fight with his own defender. Absolutely incredible scenes, and that's going to be 2 reds. It has to be 2 reds. The Ducks have capitulated here. Marshall is down on his haunches. He can't believe what he's just seen. Sylvanus can't believe it. This is absolute insanity. A double sending off for the Ducks United. Shades of Kieran Dyer and Lee Boyer all those years ago. Ricketts can't believe it. Nobody on the Ducks side can believe it. Nothing short of a shame that is to see the 3 Peters from last season go out in this sort of fashion.
Did Smiles get a red card as well?
Was it Smiles? Was it Matta? Was it Chadley who he fought with?
Smiles picked up a red as well.
Smiles given a red. I need to go back and see this again.
Smiles picked up a red.
It was a Chad. Hold on. Let me see. I think it was Chadley Charles.
Chadley Charles picked up a red.
Yes.
The goalkeeper picked up a red.
Yes, it was Chadley and Darius both getting reds, and Smiles went in swinging at Chadley trying to defend Darius Lantern. So Smiles had to pick up a red as well. Smiles, a former Ducksman, trying to defend his former keeper, only got himself in trouble as well. Red for Smiles, red for Chadley, red for Darius. And the attackers are having a conference in the center of the park, getting themselves back in order, led of course by their skipper Jaffield Brooks.
And there must be a substitution as well.
Because Lawrence has to come on.
Lawrence is gonna come on.
Oh,
and
will Lawrence even bother to come on?
He is. He has geared up. So Lawrence is gonna be coming on. And so we wait to see who is going to be exiting the field, who's going to be substituted.
Absolute madness here at the REGTC. One of the coolest heads you'll ever meet. One of the nicest people I know. Charlie. Well, not much more you can say on it. That's the moment of no composure. A moment of madness has led to this game descending into chaos. Lawrence is coming in. He does have his goalkeeper strip ready.
And who is going to be substituted? Is it going to be O'Donoghue?
They have to take off somebody else. They have to take off somebody else. Because they have to play with 9. So he can't come in. They have to take off. Maybe O'Donoghue or Marshall or somebody has to come off.
They have to make a substitution. They will have to make a substitution. And who will it be? At the expense of 2 players who have been red carded for misunderstanding, and it's the number 8.
That's Naomi Crooks who's coming out because they can't afford to lose a defender because they already lost Chadley. So Marshall and O'Donoghue, I think, will tuck in. And they have to sacrifice a midfielder.
And number 11, it has been changed to number 11, and that is Torres.
So it's Jose Torres, rather, who's coming out. Well, just when you thought you couldn't see anything else at the REGTC. Just when you thought you've seen everything, there's always a surprise. I think the Ducks United coach who came down, he sent Lantern away, told him to wait until Chadley leaves before he can go into the locker room. I was at Health Security, who did very well there.
So game has been restarted. It's
well, it's a big hole. You can see the hole. You can look on the field and see the hole. So I guess Crooks will play centre back now with Mata. There will be a midfield two of Duncan and Ricketts. No one is going to play on the left side. And Sylvanus will drift in and out. He will go wide when he needs to, come in when he needs to, and Johnny will do the same on this right side. So they're playing very narrow because they have to. Gishard. Throw in.
2-0, and you could add that. You can very well call that 4-0.
You can shock this game up.
You can call it 4-0. 2 players down. 2 players down. But you still can't take anything for granted, Doc. Can't take anything for granted.
Oh, I got the reference. I got the year wrong. It was Lee Boy and Kieran Dyer. It was 2005. I think I said 2002. The year that they had the.
There is a cross and
no reach for Gomez at all.
This
And
could
here
be
come the
trouble.
attackers.
This could be
it's
trouble.
a lot of pace.
This
It's a
could be
whole lot
trouble.
of pace. He took the touch too long.
Good defending there.
He took that touch way too long.
Good defending, my matter.
Now it's Sylvanus trying to run. Brooks turning and compose. We'll find Lee. Lee. He did have Duncan on the outside. But
What attackers has is speed, Doc. They have speed up front. And with Charles being out, Ducks are going to find it very difficult to keep the attackers at bay.
I think that's why Crooks was put into the back to replace the legs. That's a lovely ball. Gets past O'Donoghue. He's not quite looking his potent best at all, Gaza, but it's Gaza who's in an offside position. Here come the attackers again. That's a good ball through. And Lawrence will let it go. Will be a goal kick. Still trying to take it. What we've just seen. If we've got a bit quiet, it's just unbelievable. In a semi-final, a game of this nature with this much importance. Well, we can't say we're not used to it because we have seen it before. I don't think I've ever seen two guys in the same team. It's Naomi Crooks who stepped out of defense.
Crooks.
Ricketts Ricketts poking it forward for James. Sylvanus goes down and gets a penalty. Well, is this game going to turn on its head yet again? Is this game going to turn on its head yet again?
And again, Doc, as we saw late in the half, in the first half, useless tackle. He was his back. He was going away from goal. Why? Why? He was going away from goal. Why did you need to take him out?
And Ricketts immediately stepped up for it. You know, sometimes Sylvanus takes them. Ricketts said, no. I'm going to put my team back into this game. Ricketts against Gomez. Ricketts does it. Oh, it's saved. Oh, what a save by Gomez. Oh, that's an incredible save. Somehow got down to his left. Oh, that save is nothing short of miraculous.
Had I said to you, Doc, the eagerness in which he stepped up, he was going to miss.
It was a detriment to him.
You would have told me he's going to score.
I was about to say.
I was not going to bet on him.
I was about to say Ricketts has never missed a penalty.
You have to give the man, the calmest man on the field, which at this time
it would matter.
Would have been Sylvanus, because he knew what he did. He knew.
He went. It was a dive. At the end of the day, he did go down easily. He went down. He saw contact. He went straight down. He knew what he did. He was smart with it, and he usually takes penalties as well. Sylvanus usually takes penalties, but Ricketts wanted it. He didn't hesitate for a second.
Power. He went for placement rather than power. Ricketts.
Sylvanus, he can't believe it. He's trying to cheer his team on, but this was their chance.
Can it get any worse for Docks United tonight?
You
are down 2 players, and in the 65th minute of play, a golden opportunity to get back into this game, a penalty awarded, and the ball doesn't lie.
What we've not realized, they're not down 2, they're only down 1, because the attackers have 10. It's 10 versus 9.
10 versus 9.
Because Smiles, he decided he was going in as well.
So they are down 1 player and could have easily, it could have been game on with that in the back of the net. It wasn't to be so. Oh, it is football.
It's just a bunch of, everyone is confused. They're all arguing. They need someone to step up. But Ricketts is on his haunches. Sylvanus is juggling. He's pretty calm. And Sylvanus is fine.
I don't know, Doc, if you saw what Gaza did after the penalty was missed.
I missed it. I was still calling the action.
Doc, you're caught up with too much things tonight.
It was a great save. I had to call the save.
He went to him and he bowed before him, knelt before him and shook his hand, recognizing what that meant for the attackers.
But what it does mean,
the comfort of 2 goals. It could have been 1 goal difference, which would have put, which would have heightened the attack for Docks United, and would have put
pressure
the attackers in panic mode, and could have created problems, could have created that mistake, but it wasn't to be so.
But with saving the penalty, Randy Gomez is hurt. And we know that Gomez has had problems with his leg ever since, I think it was their 2nd game. We had to go off injured before halftime. He came back with a couple games, but he's down again. So in saving the penalty, has he taken himself out for the final?
Well, that is not the conversation we even want to think about, much less to have it. Gomez is, we know,
he's the best keeper on the island.
A tough goalkeeper.
He's the best goalkeeper on the island.
So no doubt that Gomez will continue. Even if we have to play on 1 leg tonight, he will continue in goal.
The attackers, they do now have a what you call a backup goalkeeper, because Masimba Bowen He's put on the gloves before. He's a very capable goalkeeper. And they have Hassan Mason who can play centre back.
And Mason is going to warm up. So
I'm guessing Simba will go in goal.
no, Simba will not go in goal. He will continue. Gomez will continue.
We'll see how he gets up.
Doc Gomez will continue.
You have a lot of faith in a man who's been down for 8 minutes. We'll have to see. Trying to get up on his own power. And he is up on his own power.
I told you Gomez is a tough cookie.
He's so mad, isn't he? I think we need to test to see if Randy Gomez is actually human.
Gomez is like, no disrespect, but he's like a Jamaican water cracker.
That's exactly what he's like.
No disrespect to the Jamaicans.
No, those have you chewing all day.
They're hard. They're
You can
hard.
eat it in the morning. You're still chewing by midday.
They're hard. That's the man we talk about. He's a tough man.
He's limping, but he's soldiering on. Special boots into no man's land. So change is coming for the attackers. It does seem to be Hassan Mason.
If Mason come out, is he gonna come out for Thompson?
Oh, will it be Michael?
It could be Michael. It could be
Michael.
Thompson.
Booted forward. Ricketts. Just bundle off the ball. Ferguson will find Miguel. Sylvanas. That's a good touch. Gishard back to Sylvanas. Sylvanas with man for company. Goes down again. This time referee Neil does not bite. But it's Jermaine Ricketts. Ricketts looking to find a Gishard. It doesn't work.
Advantage play.
Duncan, and now he's gone back down.
That is.
Is that the captain?
Yeah.
Looks to be the skipper.
So substitution is gonna come as well for Ducks United.
So Mali is coming in, and that's the end of the night for DeAndre Marshall.
Yes.
They need more attacking output. They have nothing to lose.
So is it that Johnny is gonna come on
He'll come
right,
wider, yes.
and Mali will go through the middle.
Yes, he'll come wider. Coming out for the attackers. No one is moving. No one wants
It's
to come
number
off.
6.
It will be Michael Ferguson, as I
Michael
suspected.
Ferguson, yes.
Did suspect it would be Michael who had to come out.
And the big man Mason. Well, they're not losing size at all.
Oh, that's a unit. That is let's just say, had Mason been on the field, that may not have happened that we saw earlier. That's a scary man. As now Duncan stays down.
Those two are teammates at
Kicks United. Both Zanya Donahue and Chevon Duncan. A lot of former connections on this field.
Indeed.
Of course, Sylvanas and Mason teammates as well. Same with Sylvanas and Gaza.
At Enforcers.
At the Enforcers.
Yes.
A lot of connections.
Miguel.
Miguel, he was a
Docs.
former Doc. He was an attacker first. Went to Docks. Back with the attackers. Well, Smiles was on earlier.
Massimo Bowen.
Former Docks United man. Was the Duke ever a Doc? As
Enforcers and
ball whipped in, it will fall here. The volley at goal. It's 3-0. It's game. It's set. It's match. The attackers are in the final.
Trevor Duncan has sealed the deal in the 75th minute of play. Javon Duncan, in the 75th minute of play, has sealed the deal for the attackers.
That is how you move quickly. It was put in well, and that volley well placed by Javon Duncan. He was down hurt.
The free kick came.
I think it was Miguel who ended up putting that ball into the area. I think it was Miguel Abraham getting the assist against his former side. Duncan getting the goal. 3-0. The attackers are back to defend their crown. They'll be back in the final, but they'll be without the smiles.
Indeed.
Mali. That's a good ball by Mali. Doc's not there just yet. Ball played in. It's spilled by Gomez, but rather easily comes for it. This is good build-up play by the attackers. And what's dangerous about this attacker side, as Duncan goes down again, this time looks like he's off the ball. I think the only man attackers have left on their bench is Cameron Tash.
No, they have the Duke.
Oh yes, the Duke. Do they have Denzel as well?
Denzel is a coach.
Denzel has been playing.
Denzel
has been playing.
Denzel is a coach, and
Denzel's not afraid to come on the field. He came on and scored a goal last season. It was a good goal as well.
Wonderful goal it was.
As Ricketts had to drop all the way into centre back. It's a good touch. He's driving through well, beating a few players. Now needs a passing option. Doesn't quite have it. He's gone down. This time, the referee says nothing doing.
I'm not sure, Doc, if that was nothing doing.
Now that will be a foul on a tackler's free kick.
I don't think that was
a yellow card being shown as well.
I don't think that was a nothing doing. I think that was a yellow card for simulation. He went down and his hands were outstretched, asking the referee, what? That was simulation.
Free kick. Booted high and long. And Cunningham has pulled up. Cunningham has pulled up. Seems to be just cramp and he'll play it out. But you're up 3-0. You're into the final. You can't lose that guy. That's
so.
Well, there's a ball through. Sylvanus will get a consolation prize at best. He'll make it 3-1. He still believes. He has believed the entire way through.
10 minutes in this. This game has about 20 minutes still to go.
There's a lot of extra time left.
It's a lot of extra time.
It's still only 10 against 9, so Dogs are not completely dead in the water yet.
And for folks that are taking our broadcast and who may have missed the focus, There has been a disturbance in forecast from the Antigua Met office. I heard about it from since yesterday.
Yes, I did see the one from yesterday.
Yes.
Flash flood warning.
Flash flood warnings. And so we are. From yesterday, I heard about it. And so for persons who are taking our broadcast, who may not have heard and may not be aware, it's likely that there will be a disturbance in the weather.
Oh, it's trouble. It's two against one. It's Gaza. It's Gaza. It's still Gaza. As a man that put it into water, but he was on his weaker left foot and couldn't get much behind it.
Took too long with the ball.
He had the man running. He had Cunningham running with him.
Too long with the ball.
Johnny trying to break. A special shuffles it back to Randy Gomez. I said consolation prize. There is time left.
There is time in this game.
I said consolation, but there's time left. And the Dogs are not quite dead yet. That's a good ball. It's Sylvanus again. Sylvanus goes down. No penalty. A shot chance for a shot at goal. It's laid off. Gishon. Great save by Gomez.
Back. The game is wide open.
Well, the attacker's defense has suddenly fallen as soon as Michael has come up in front of them. They seem like they've forgotten how to defend because Sylvanus is tearing them apart right now. Gishon again puts it in. It's sliced. It's not dealt with. Still bouncing. Ball put in. Gomez comes and he clears it away. It's not quite done. It's still not quite done. Oh, that's a good turn. Shifted wider. Driven in low. And Gomez watches it fall and drift wide. This game was over, and all of a sudden, it is not over.
6 minutes ago, it looked dead, done, a dead rubber.
That was it.
Minutes running down. All that the Ducks wanted was to see the clock tick over 90, 98 plus. But, Doc, it doesn't seem so. It doesn't seem so at all. There is a lot in this game. Things are happening for the Ducks United.
It's just fresh legs. It's just fresh legs. And Neil, you're in the way again. Not the first time today.
But if you notice what is happening here, Doc, is that Mason really is not playing in defense.
Mason, he's playing very high. He's finding himself caught very advanced. And he's driving, and it will be a free kick.
From a dangerous area. Very dangerous area.
Can Ricketts find his radar?
Now he was looking
He plays it early, looking for Gishard. Gishard couldn't quite get it. It was a good idea.
It was.
It was a good idea. It will be a corner.
Catch the defense off guard.
Indeed.
Because while he was trying to set a wall, he took the free kick, and it's nothing that said he couldn't.
Indeed.
The referee didn't tell him that we are playing with the whistle.
Ball floated in a bit too deep. It'll be picked up. Here's O'Donoghue. That's deflected. But no one wants it. It's well defended in the end. It's 3 against 2. It's Miguel. Miguel looking wider for Sheffield Cunningham. And Cunningham has a man to aim at. He has 3 to aim at. Cunningham! Oh, he drilled it across. But he couldn't handle it.
Too much power.
It was too hot to handle. It was a good ball. It was the right ball. To the wrong guy. Throw coming in. Sylvanus going to turn cleverly against his former teammate in Mason. Mason. He just let it run out. The throw coming in. Special clears.
And they're advancing. Ducks United, they are advancing. tensions are flaring.
How much time will be added?
That is going to be interesting to see.
I say about 6, maybe 7.
Doc, we should say about 10. And this
Ball
is the
through
trouble.
again. Sylvanus is
Sylvanus
tired.
is pulled up.
He's tired. He's given
He's not
everything.
pulled up. Oh,
No,
God.
he's just tired, but he's fine. He'll rest this one. He'll go again for the next one.
But by that time, it may be too late.
Lawrence is doing the right thing. He's playing high off his line now. Doing the right thing. And it's Mali. Mali trying to find Sylvanus again. Good positioning by Special. Oh, and Miguel is chugging. Miguel is chugging away. Miguel will keep it in play. And Miguel is a man to aim at. No, he didn't keep it in. Oh, no, the AR said he did not. The AR says it's a throw. Miguel will put that ball in. And I think Lawrence's neck may have been rippling.
Doc, he's in the best place, best position.
Better than I am. You know, I don't have my glasses, so I can't see either.
Even if.
Ball over the top. Looking for Sylvanus. Special gets there first. Special drags a man down with him. And it will be a free kick. Because, yes, Special. No! Neil overrules it. I think the AR may have gotten that one right. Because those Special won the initial header. He had a bear hug on Sylvanus and he dragged him down. I think the AR may have gotten that call right initially. Referee Neil didn't even consult. He just said, no, it's attacker's ball. I see some good sportsmanship for once. Neil helping Sylvanus to his feet. Brooks launches it. One is well read. Composure on the ball. Settling it down is Charles, the other Charles. Dondre Charles. And here is Miguel. Miguel. Oh, Miguel doesn't have the legs for it.
But Doc, he could have gone for a shot. He was at the edge of the 18. The keeper was on the edge of the 18. He should have gone for a goal.
Captain Lawrence is doing the right thing. He has to play high to try and recycle possession as fast as possible. So Lawrence is doing the right thing. It's a risky maneuver, but he's done well so far. Mata. Rickens tells him, you distribute it now. He'll find a Mali. Mali will ping it. And Mali has a runner.
Sylvanus.
It's going to fall. No, Sylvanus. Sylvanus cutting inside. Sylvanus wants space for an effort. Sylvanus.
It was Johnny to Sylvanus. Sylvanus pulled the trigger. Nothing, but Johnny could have gone to his left, Doc.
Sylvanus.
He could have gone to his left, pulled the defense, and then dumped it to Sylvanus.
But Sylvanus is now looking like the Sylvanus that we all know. He's looking dangerous today. He's a man on a mission, and that mission is to single-handedly drag his team to a final. You can't credit anyone but Sylvanus if the Dogs get something out of this game. A driving goal! Side netting.
Told you Mason is not playing defense. He's playing strike.
Mason wants a goal.
Mason wants the goal. He wants
to put the game back to bed. You know, you put your child to bed and in the middle of the night they get up again. That's the Docs United. He wants to put him back to bed.
He wants the top in.
Well, that's Victor, but no runner and hoofs clear into the Docs United bench.
Torres went to do the cleaning up, and then the 90th minute, we are into the 90th minute, and we are clearing.
Something will be added.
10, Doc? Is it going to be less than 10?
I don't know. I was saying maybe 7.
Doc, it needs to be 10? It was a lot of time that was taken.
A lovely turn by Sylvanus.
There was 7 minutes.
That was a great pass as well. He's to pick out a man. Goes to Gishard. Gishard with his back turned to goal. He can't get to the byline. Needs an option. Doesn't have the option. And he's uprooted a man. He's completely uprooted him. Because he needs a bit more decisiveness there from it maybe Charles. Because I think Crooks was over at the far post and he was the only man out there.
Doc, it won't be surprising if this game has 5 minutes added. But I think it should be 10.
Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. No, it's more than that.
Doc, I'm a referee. Doc, it cannot be 5 minutes when Gomez alone
was down for 5.
Gomez was down for 6 minutes.
Indeed.
Gomez was down for 6 minutes. When the red card offenses took place, that was about another 4 minutes. So it cannot be 5 minutes added. I saw a game dead and buried at 8-0, and there were some 4 minutes at a time.
Indeed.
It is crazy.
It will be a free kick. Ricketts is around it. Malley is around it as well. Two guys who can hammer a football.
I continue to question, how do we come up with at a time?
Oh, a guesstimation. It's just, there are 3 guys around it. No, it's a whole conference. It looks like Mato stepped up there as well.
Mali need to pound this ball. Mali needs to be the one to take this.
Ricketts' radar has been off all day.
Need to be Mali.
It won't be Mata. It's either a left boot of Ricketts or the right boot of Mali.
I think it's going to be a touch from somebody and then the kick will come.
What I can say is that wall looks a bit close. That wall looks close. That is not 10 yards. That wall is very close. It'll be Ricketts. Ricketts hits it. Oh, great save. Oh, what another magical save. It's put in again. Again, it's saved. I have to question, can we test if Randy Gomez is actually human?
I told you, Doc, that this game was coming down to keepers. I came into the booth today and I said, Doc, this game is going to come down to keepers.
One keeper made a mess of things. The other has single-handedly kept his team in this game. He's pulled off some miraculous saves. That penalty from Ricketts and all that free kick from Ricketts. And he's
But
down
I don't know
again.
why even he's down. The time that the time has to be played.
You have to add
should
back
be
that.
played.
It should be
played. It should be played. And oftentimes we see times shown. It is not that 5 minutes is the minimum that can be played.
As you hear over the PA system, the referee has announced a minimum of such and such minutes of added time.
It is a minimum amount of time. But a minimum of 5, Doc, is 5. Questionable. Doc, will it be an uprising attackers finals? Can it be?
Well,
It can be. Because they're into the semifinals.
and they made a statement to get into the semifinals. That's all I can call it. They have no reason to pile on the gas. But they have to break on that gas pedal, and they didn't take it up. Well, I don't even know how much time is left. They always stop the clock and I keep forgetting to set my timer. But here comes Javon Duncan. Duncan only has 2 other players in the opposing half. Duncan cuts it back, puts it all the way across. It's Gaza who hits it.
That is Miguel.
Oh, it's Miguel. It is Miguelito. And Miguelito got it wrong. He has the capability to do it. I should have been surprised that Gaza got that far. Gaza's burnt to a crisp. We know Gaza's burnt to a crisp.
Gaza has become a defender.
He's playing right back now. Johnny's not burnt. Johnny's still going. Johnny goes back to Ricketts. Ricketts can shift it further wider. He will shift it further wider. Need to get that ball forward. They get it forward. It's intercepted. Back to Mata.
Cunningham is injured.
He's limping now.
Yes.
But he's gutting it out.
He's not moving very freely at all. And you don't want to for the compound injury.
You know, it's not
have
tired.
Finals just in a few days.
Indeed, the finals is on Saturday. Here comes Mali. That's a foul.
Two big men.
That's a free kick.
Two big men.
That's size against size. Mason is a unit, and Mali is something else. Driven in, driven over. Is that the game?
All lock, final kick of the game. Attackers are into the finals.
They couldn't help but making it nervous for them, for their fans. Couldn't help it. But the Dogs, they came back up punching. There's only so much an injured man can do. Can they make it a fourth? It's been good defending by the D-man Docs United.
I would love to know why Lawrence didn't start in the goal.
I think was Lawrence late? Gishardo looking to turn.
Doc, if he was late, he was here by half time. Why didn't he start in the goal at the half? Had he started in the goal, this game would have been in a total different situation.
Completely different game. Let's boot it into his own man. We're all in the blind. But the attackers have booked their ticket to the final. It couldn't have come in a more dramatic game. It couldn't have come in a more extraordinary game. They made it nervous. Sylvanas fought with everything in his being. He is down and he can't get up right now. But the defending President's Cup champions, the champions in 2022, they're into the final.
Into the finals.
Now they await to see who their date will be, because it's the uprising and it's the Lions who are doing battle. Now that's going to be a game and a half.
That's a game. That is a game. And that will come down, if weather permits, tomorrow by the grace of God, right here at 6 in the p.m. It is going to be the Roaring Lions. They will be up against Uprising. And we ask, we beg, we plead with you to join us for live coverage as it unfolds right here at the REGTC. Until then, it is a good night and goodbye on behalf of the man Doc.